Hi guys, so have we managed to do a full week in October yet? Not quite, I don't think, have we? So, how's it been treating everybody? It's been a bit of an eye-opening week this week for me, and of course we've got full moon tonight / tomorrow, depending on where you are in the world. Yeah. Fun and games. Let's see what we get for this week. Okay, so we have hope. Now, see, to me, this card normally would state that there is despair because the hope is blind, so you can't see what it is that you are hoping for. But actually, to me, this week, this is saying this is about trust. And it's about trusting in the universe, trusting in everything that's going on, and actually that it has your best interests at heart, that it knows exactly what is going on. And it is something to be hopeful for. It is something to be hopeful about. And you know what? You may feel like you're all alone, and you may feel like you're separate from others because of what's gone on this week or what's been said and what's been done, but actually you're not. And the other thing is that even if you are alone, it doesn't matter. Okay, now I'm still employed at the same place, but I've kind of switched roles. And I like the solitude, I like the quiet. But only you can decide whether that is punishment or reward. And it's the same with the hope and the despair. You know, two sides of the same coin. So, counting your blessings this week, being thankful for what you have got, and hoping for a better outcome, because we know things have been a bit shit. Right? We know it hasn't been the best. Excuse me. So, hoping and knowing that the universe, the spirits, whatever it is that you believe in, that will have your back this week. So, you're still finding it hard to decide, aren't you? Finding it hard to choose what it is that you want to settle on, that you want to pick. Now, normally when you see a butterfly, you go, oh yeah, change. This card isn't about that. It's about the not settling. It's about, it says frivolity, so it's about the not having a care. And do you know what? Actually, you've got the cares, okay? You are chained and bound to the cares. And that is just the way of the world at the moment, in that we are chained and bound to certain things. This card is saying, well, there are lots of opportunities out there, so why don't you go and have a look? And you are being the social butterfly. You are flitting from thing to thing to thing and not settling at anything. This card is saying you are going to have to pick something. You are going to have to pick one to settle on, because at the minute, we don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. And it's becoming a mess. So, having some trust, but making a decision. You've got to make that decision this week. You can't keep flitting from one thing to the next and never actually settling. You need to be able to find the one thing that is actually working for you. Okay. There's going to be a bit of a fight. The soldier here. Yeah, yes, it's about there is a bit of a fight, but it's also about discipline. Okay. So in this case, it is forewarned is forearmed. I mean, he's very clearly armed here, and armed to the teeth, because he's got a bayonet as well as the rifle. So something is going on, something is shifting, something is changing. And you haven't lost hope. You've kept the hope, which is actually a good thing. You may feel a little abandoned by certain things, but you know what? These things have been moved out of your way for a reason. Okay, so pinpoint what it is that you need to look at, and literally be single-minded. Just focus on that thing and head towards it. Put all of your efforts, all of your resources into that thing. Literally everything is pointing in this direction. And do you know what? You probably don't think of it as being something that you need to fight for, because it's probably something that's already in your life. I mean, the frivolity says that you're going around the houses, but I get the feeling it's something that's already been touched upon, and it's definitely something worth fighting for. So we're not giving up the hope here. We are finding what it is that is already there, and we are fighting for it, working towards it, being almost single-minded in pursuing and chasing this one thing. Sometimes the frivolity can seem a bit like, you're chasing your tail, a bit like a dog. It's a pointless exercise, but we need it to show us what does fit and what doesn't fit, and what we need to work towards and what we need to work away from. So being able to say, right, okay, I almost started giving up hope, but actually there is one last spark, one last glimmer of hope there. And it's something that's already happened, something that you've already been to, something that you've already done. And you just need to be able to isolate this and work on that one aspect. Because this card, to me, it's soldier, not army. If it was an army, there would be lots of different aspects, and you would be a force and blah, blah, blah. And yes, you are a force. You are a force of nature, but this is all about being single-minded, because it's a one soldier, one solitary lone soldier. So it's all about being single-minded and working towards that one goal, that one outcome that you do still have the hope for. And hope is not lost. Hope knows exactly where it is. And you need to know exactly where you are. This is the thing at the moment, is that the hope knows where it is. You don't know exactly where you are. This is where the frivolity card comes into it. So you may have options, you may have questions, queries. Literally narrow it down, and get that focus, get to be single-minded, because that is the only way we're going to progress this week. Okay, guys, I think that's all I'm getting for now. I will see you next week. Bye for now.